Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Local to Me with the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And we are actually, we've got with us today, you've probably listened to his podcast as well, Cool Talk, with Brandon Brown, with Brown's Heating and Air. And we're going to be talking with him about a giveaway that he is doing in our community, partnered with Chick-fil-A, correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Which I think is just an amazing, just a community giveaway that it's just pure Brandon. So we're gonna chat about that, and then we're also gonna be talking with Woody today.
Hey, I'm here.
About some marketing and advertising, because going into this final quarter of the year, holidays are kicking up, and people are starting to purchase things for Christmas or the fall, and our retailers, they're hoping to sell some items, or different businesses are looking at that last quarter marketing push and how to get the best bang for your buck, whether you're trying to get some stuff spent before the end of the year with your budget and things like that. So we're going to talk about some of those things, because I think right now that's one thing businesses need a little bit more help with is marketing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna chat with Woody about that.
Woody's the best at it.
Oh, y'all are too kind.
He's the best at it.
I'll take it though.
And I'll tell you, Brandon, is your tree already up? Because
It is at the bottom of the steps. I've tried to bring it up 3 times now. My wife, I look at the top of the steps and she's just pointing back down.
He was counting down Christmas as soon as Christmas was over last year.
was.
Yeah, 365 days, and then I'm like, man.
It's usually like a post every couple of weeks, like this is how many Saturdays you have left. Or
I've already got the guy lined up to come put the lights on the house, help me hang out the lights. I gotta get the music ready.
You just leave them up year round.
I need to, because we do put them up about November 1st. I mean, I've got to wait after Halloween. I do love Halloween. I do love fall, so I don't. Everybody's like, you're Russian. I celebrate every holiday. I love all of them.
I'm a hardcore. I wait until the day after Thanksgiving for my tree to go up.
That's way too late, Heather. That's 2
Time
months.
goes by too fast.
That's 2 months too late.
So let me tell you why, though. Let me tell you why.
Time flies too
I
fast.
have traditions that I do with my family, and one of my traditions with my kids is the day after Thanksgiving we do Black Friday, and then they come over and we put up the tree and we decorate like the whole house, and I do it's called appetizer dinner. So we don't really have dinner. I just pick like all of our favorite appetizers, and it's like a smorgasbord of food just laid out throughout the day. So we just kind of eat all day, different appetizers, and then we watch Elf, because that's just our tradition.
We have to start early because we put up 6 trees.
Okay.
Each
Now
tree.
that is a bit much.
It's basically Disney World in his house.
When you leave Bedford, where they do the tree thing, what is it called? The trees.
The lighting of the tree.
The lighting of the trees. But then it's also at the one of these places down here. You can go see a bunch of trees.
Elkhorn?
At the Bedford
Liberty Lake
Welcome
Park
Center or something.
Liberty Lake Park has theirs up.
So you leave there, just come in my house.
Oh,
I'll sell you.
Festival of Trees.
Yes, you can come in, and if you want to see some trees, because my wife does amazing. She does the inside, I do the out, but each tree has a different theme. The main one in our living room, I think, is right at 12 to 14 foot tall. So I got to get my big ladder out the shop and help her decorate that. But the rest of them she does, and each one's a different theme. It's beautiful.
Now, when Brandon cuts all his lights on, because the power dims across the city.
Yeah.
The power plant loves
Good one, Clark.
Brandon.
Yeah, all the neighborhood is
Yes.
ready. They're already walking.
I love
2
that
weeks
movie.
ago, I was outside doing something, and my neighbors were just walking. Hey, when the lights going on? And it was 2 weeks ago. Like, have you got the lights started yet? They're
what
waiting
you've
on
started? This is it.
I do love the Festival of Trees, though,
Yes.
at the Welcome Center. That is one of my
beautiful.
favorite things to do at Christmas, is go in there. And my daughter they always do the scavenger hunt, where you can try and find things in each of the different trees. That's
Yes.
one of her favorite things to do at Christmas. But I was thinking about that the other day. I said, I bet you Brandon's tree is already
It's at the
up.
bottom.
And speaking of advertising, your Christmas commercial you did last year
Yeah.
was great, because Woody produced that, right?
Woody produced it.
Yeah.
His wife come up with the speaking, or the poem for it. Mm-hmm. So she wrote it for him, and then he put it. Yeah, and then we had the idea, and he come over. My 2 boys are in it, and our best friend's little girl's in it.
My next door neighbor's in
and
it.
his
Although I love
neighbor-
how Brandon's not in it.
Yeah, this
Like
well, I
his
wanted
kids,
to.
but
Yeah,
somebody else.
well, we wanted to do. Yeah, it was one big. We wanted to do with the kids in it,
Yeah.
and then Jeremy's such a great actor.
Yep.
He does a couple of our commercials.
And y'all had done. I think the reasoning is we wanted a story one, but you and Dara had done a series where you all were thanking everybody, praying for everybody.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like all right, well, let's do like a non-office one.
But this
You know what
was
I'm
a
saying?
story one about
Yeah.
buying from us. But yeah, it was hard for me to be in there and buy heat and air from me. So it was kind of
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. That was what when Jeremy
We had a
come in.
plan, or semi-plan.
Yeah, but that is a good one.
It
I
was a
like
good
that
one, though. I
Thank
liked
you.
it.
Thank
I
you.
liked it. So, are you going to have a new one for this year? Y'all just
This
gonna
one, I think we're
rerun?
running that one again, and then
I had an idea, and we'll talk off air.
oh,
Uh-oh.
okay,
I-
never mind. We
I'm
might
te-
have a
but
new
I
one.
Do I
think-
have a role in it?
We might have a new
It's
one.
I'm telling you, man. I think it's gonna just remind me after this is done.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I have like this? Can I come up with like all these bags and be like, "Did you shop local this Christmas?"
shop
And-
local?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good. It's a good idea.
Actually, I should just make a commercial.
Well,
with
and
that.
There you go. That's an even better idea.
And there we have it.
you need to. That'll be in the marketing segment too. Woody's got a lot of ideas to talk about.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Brandon, for everyone or for anyone who's listening to Talk Local to Me and maybe has not heard you on the show before or has not followed your podcast, which is Cool Talk, which you can find and download on grovestreet.fm, tell everyone a little bit about your business, Brown's Heating and Air.
Yeah, Brown's Heating and Air. I started in 2006 on my own. I'd been in heating and air since 98, 99 from high school, and it just got to a point to where I'd gotten everything in line. I wanted to start my own business and have my own mark on the town where we can do stuff that's the right way, integrity, honesty, affordable, and grow it. And I just always had a dream of having my own business. So we started in 06 and built from there. And now we've been blessed. We're up to 17 employees and a ton of customers. And one thing, it'll come out we're probably not supposed to let it out yet, but one thing we've been trying to do for years. I mean, we get a lot of different awards we're blessed with, but we've been trying to be number one in News and Advance, and we finally did it this year.
Nice.
Yay!
Yes.
Congratulations!
So we finally did it. I mean, and that one's huge too, because when you first vote on them, I mean, it's 25 plus heat and air companies on there that you're voting, and just in the last 6-7 years, we've made second or third, and that's amazing. But I've always wanted to just get to be able to say we've got the best in that category is amazing. We had a lot of people vote for us.
So, real quick before we go any further, I do want to give a quick shout out to my past co-host, who I love and adore and miss very much, Diane Erb, because she's listening. She said hello, Brandon.
Hi, Diane.
And she didn't say hello to Woody, but I'm
That
sure she's
figures.
saying
She
hello
loves
to Woody.
Woody.
That's because I was expecting Danielle to call.
Oh well, Danielle. Danielle didn't make the cut. I haven't had any Danielles.
There's no Danielle.
coming in.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So I think that's you kind of hit on something there when we have those type of awards or different voting. Things that are going on in the area, and you do see a bunch of different heating and air companies that. I mean, sometimes I'm like, who are they? Because
Yeah.
there are new ones popping
Yeah,
up,
and they come
which
and
is
go.
great. I
Yeah.
mean, there's I'm sure there's business enough for all people, but one of the things I do notice, especially online, like if I see on Facebook someone asking for heating and air, I consistently see Brown's Heating and Air, like one person after another commenting and saying, you need to check out Brown's Heating and Air because, you truly do give great service and, everyone, I don't think I've ever seen a negative. I mean, I'm sure there may be out there, but I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen anyone post anything negative. When someone puts your name up and be like, oh no, don't use him, it's always some positive stuff.
That's our main. That was my main goal when I started. Build something that people love and want to come back to, and you got to have that customer relationship with them. Everyone, we train our guys and teach our guys, no matter what kind of day you're having, good or bad. Everyone you go to, you need to treat them like they're your family. That because they are Brown's Heating and Air family. You wear their shirt. My name's on your shirt. My name's on your van. How you conduct yourself on company time is going to be expected of you to conduct it in a integrity, professional way. We don't accept or allow things to happen that we won't approve of. And if we get any complaints or just something like criticism or constructive criticism, we address that immediately and fix it. Nobody's perfect. We're going to mess up. We're going to have problems, but it's how you approach a job. We have had jobs or equipment break because everything's man-made. It's not perfect. But how you address that customer and jump on it and fix it and not blame them or put them off is speaks volumes of your company. And that's one thing we strive to do, is make sure whatever we do have to address and fix, it's done immediately. The customer is happy. And we don't put things off and you can just blame either somebody else or the equipment. Take your blame and learn from it.
So I have a two-part question. One is, what made you go into the HVAC field? And two,
okay.
How important is it for people to keep going into those career service fields right now?
Yeah, that's great questions. Number one, I went into it mainly because at the time I couldn't afford college on my own. I was coming into a junior year of high school. They were offering these, and I hated school. I was not good. I mean, I was good enough to graduate. I was a C average student, but I was not good with books. I was good hands-on. And you take me somewhere, I would help on a farm or a car or whatever. You show me something and I would learn it. And they would bring it to me. Going to my junior year, they started these co-programs where you could go to a CVCC half a day and come back and do your high school. And heating and air was one of them. So I got a job doing heating and air that summer, started my classes, and then I was just going to try a couple different trades. But as soon as I got in heating and air, I just fell in love with it. And it just kept growing from there. So I just stayed in there. So I graduated high school in 2000, of June of 2000. In September of 2000, I graduated college for heating and air as well. So I was done, no college debt, and already working, making money, and not having to worry about pay college back. So then it just grew from there, and I loved it so much. And the second part of that, it is a very, very important, even now than ever, to get kids into trades, whether it's heating and air, electrical, plumbing, machining, welding. It's dying off. The average age for these trades when I first started was 30s. Now it's in the 60s. And that's telling you that there's not many people going through these schools or either into the business. And that's not good, because you need these. It's not going away. You're always going to need these trades. And you can go to these schools for 2 years and get a certificate in a trade, and before you graduate or finish, you're getting job offers.
Right.
BWX and Framerton and Arriva, they're famous for going and getting the welders and the machinists, and you come out of college at 20 years old making $30 an hour because you've got that degree. But it's not that many doing it now. I don't know why, but we do need to advertise that more.
I know that Alicia Smith with FNS Building Innovations, I don't know if you've ever met with her, but they have that new Build Smart Institute in Roanoke, and they work on some of the different trades. And I know that she tells me that she constantly has businesses calling her saying, when is your next, line of graduates coming out, because we need help, we need workers. And so, the need is definitely there. And you touched on the biggest factor, I think, is that it is not as expensive as going to your 4-year college. But heck, I think trade fields, they're making more money than those people that are coming out. Yeah. You're coming out into hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
Yeah, if you're going to go 4 years and get a degree and work in the degree that you're doing and make the money, it's well worth it. But the trades are dying, and they're paying good. And we've actually started. We've got a shadow program. We've got a senior now at my son's school, Timberlake Christian School. He gets out twice a week at 1:30, and he comes and rides from 1:30 to 4:30 with us, just to shadow and see if he likes it. And then he's going to ride with us for a while, and then he's going to go ride with an electrician and look, because he wants to start college next year in a trade field. So we'll take the kids like that and let them ride and try to teach them and get them involved in the trades.
Well, in the Central Virginia Business Coalition, that is one of the things we were really focused on this past year, which is we held our very first annual Putting for the Green putt tournament. And the money that we raised from that went into a scholarship fund to send a senior to the Build Smart Institute, so
Nice.
the trade field. So we have that scholarship, and we're going to be opening that up for the spring semester, so for 2022. And then hopefully we're going to be able to give one each semester, basically,
Nice.
towards that, and continue to do the putt-putt tournament to raise the funds for it. But we did that because we recognized the need, and, you know, being able to give a kid an opportunity to go out and do that. And, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a senior. That's what we're going to focus on first. But as we grow the fund, you know, I'd like to be able to offer it even to those in their 20s or 30s that
Yeah.
are just looking for something new. Like maybe they just want to go out and they want to have a skill or a trade and kind of change their route, you know, with what they're doing.
Yeah, and Virginia just recently passed a G3 bill that is a grant. So if you're looking, even as an older, no matter what age, if you're looking to go back to community college and get a trade, and I think even nursing's involved, 90% of it's paid for. If this grant, if you know, you can qualify, and some people qualify for 100% free. So while that's there, if you're interested, you need to check it out. Go to these colleges and people and ask about that grant. It's money there to pay for your trades and to get people back into nursing, into heating and air, electrical, these trades, because they realize now that it's in the next several years it's going to be really hurting. So if you like paying lower repair bills, get your kids in it, because in 7-8 years, if you have a breakdown, you're not going to be able to afford to find somebody. They may have to come from North Carolina because there may not be people to cover the areas.
Can I just say that is, now, I mean, I just love my husband because I love my husband, but that is one thing I am very appreciative of, is that he has a lot of mechanic skills, and I usually do not have to pay a mechanic to fix my vehicle. Like this past, 2 weeks ago, it seemed to all happen at one time. My alternator went out. I needed new wheel bearings in the front. My front differential, the something in that, I'm sorry, I'm not mechanically, I don't know all the words, but something in that went bad to where like my whole car felt like the bottom was getting ready to drop out when I was driving. It was like shaking so bad. And then he was like, you need new brakes, you know, you need this, you need that. So by the time he was done, I paid for parts. It was like less than $200 to fix my whole vehicle. Now, if I'd taken that to a, service station, I bet you I wouldn't have left there for less than $3, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that is a great thing about being able to fix things on your own. I mean, I can't do any of that. I just cooked, a really nice dinner.
She could probably prevent the breakdowns if she didn't come into the studio here on two wheels at 11:59
Okay.
for a 12 o'clock show.
Was Heather driving a motorcycle? Because I only see two tire prints coming
those new parts are holding up well
It's
on
a
that
good thing
car.
Todd Foreman left before I got here.
Is that what you do? You wait till he makes the corner?
Yeah, I wait till I see him going back up to the
Going to
police
lunch.
department, and then I swing on
Here
in.
comes Heather.
Yeah, I came in wearing my new Disney ears. I was so I had to
Yes.
stop. Well, I saw that they came in, so I had to stop at the post office.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm like, I can't wait.
Get
I
my
gotta
Disney ears.
Anyway,
Anyway, but don't get me down that rabbit hole yet.
that's next week.
Yes. So let's talk about the giveaway that you're doing now. I know that you and Woody and Chick-fil-A, were very secretive about it. Y'all had planned it, got everything together for it. And when did y'all first announce the the giveaway?
We've been meeting. I had an idea, I guess, beginning of the year, that I wanted to do something for the community. We do a lot of donations. We do a lot of help. I want to do something that we can kind of get the community involved and come up with an idea to give someone in need a free system. So we started meeting probably May, June, discussing it, because there is, crazy enough to believe it. You're trying to do something for somebody and give it away, but there is some legal things you want to cover. So we had to meet, make sure we met with the lawyer, Witt, and looked. He kind of wrote up some different things, because you just don't want to get into something and then something come up that it shouldn't. Which, on a free giveaway, you would hope nothing would come up. But we covered our bases. So we met several times, and I know Afton and Carrie from Chick-fil-A real well, and I just kind of brought up to them, knowing what they stand behind. Closed on Sundays. Their customer service is, even though it's in the food industry, matches really close to my vision of how I run a business. And I reached out to them and said, look, I think we should partner up. You've got a different crowd of followers, in the food industry than I do. We could promote you, you promote us, and they jumped on immediately. So their part of it was helping promote it, for, food, going into the gift baskets at the end, and treating the final 3 to dinner this Monday when we announced the giveaway on the news. So we just started planning it and opened it up. Woody built the website, helped do the commercials, and we opened it up and had 330 nominations.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask you. How many people did y'all have? 300.
330.
Wow.
And Heather, Brandon's really humble, as you know. They went through every single one of them. Like, I mean, I think people, for a contest, you think it kind of goes into this robot system. No, he went into a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And his team literally went through every single one and vetted them. And because, I mean, there's like 100 steps you got to do per person just to make sure that if they do win, that, all this stuff. And his team was all over that.
Yeah. It was it was hard. It was hard. And I didn't go in through that process myself. I was out of that just so nobody can say, hey, you picked these 3 because you know them.
Right.
I was out. We had a team of between Chick-fil-A and my office and different people. We had 5 people. They met 4 straight days. I'm going to say 6-7 hours a day, vetting each one of them to get it down to 3. And it was a hard process. They were really stressing over it because there's a lot. I mean, it's a giveaway. You want to be excited, like it's a contest, and be happy. But on the other hand, it's sad because how do you pick just 3? And that's why we needed the community to vote. And it's open now till Friday, brownsgiveaway.com. Please go on there, read the story, see the pictures, and vote for one of them. That's how we're picking it. We're not picking the winner. The community is. And we have over 1,000 votes so far. And it ends Friday night. And we're going to announce it Monday on the news, WSET or Browns Heating and Air Facebook Live at Chick-fil-A.
I can't imagine how hard it would be to see all the different stories that people put in there and try and decide, who is going to get, even to be the final 3. Because, when I do just our small like business awards, I see all the nominations come in and like, I'm sitting there going, oh, I love them, which is why I'm glad, like you, we step out of it and we do not, choose the winners either. We put that up to a judge's vote from, people that are not normally, part of the organization and picking things. So, but having to go through 330 some nominations.
Yeah.
Now, were any of those like duplicate? Or did you get?
There wasn't. Let's see. It was 300. There was 330 330 nominations, but we narrowed it down because it was over 400. Because we did have several nominated more than once, and I think a couple of them ended up getting in our top 3 because they had, and the top 3 didn't even know they were nominated, and I respected that because people say we want to nominate them, but we don't want to get their hopes up, and then they don't make it. So a lot of people didn't know. So we had to visit. We ended up getting down to 10, and then we had to visit each location and confirm. And there was some on there, that we ended up calling, and then like, oh, well, our church has chipped in. They've already fixed it. So it would narrow it down to 5, and then we would go through the process. And so we finally narrowed it down to 3. But we visited all 3, explained the thing, and all 3 of them definitely deserve it. I mean, it is... there's a couple, maybe a little bit more than other, but they all have very sad stories and very sad situations. So we also are offering, we do have a gift basket for each of the 3 because we didn't want to bring 3 of them to Monday and 2 of them leave empty-handed because we do want to provide something for them. So we actually, and Heather, your group come in tremendous because you've got the Coalition, Sunburst Vinyls, they're members, correct?
Yes.
Maggie Takes Pics.
Yep.
Catherine's Flower Shop, Specialty Exterminating, Texas Roadhouse. All of these jumped in, and all of you and donated gift cards or something to the basket. We're over $1,300 worth of stuff in each basket.
That's awesome.
And that just because in each basket, so each one of them will leave with a very great package to help them, and all of it's stuff to help them with either items for home like Target, gift cards, CVS, Walmart, food, and so it's a lot of stuff that they're going to leave with.
And that goes back to what I always say about supporting local business, because these local businesses jump on the chance to give back to the communities that support them so much. And, all of our members that donated to this, thank you so much.
Thank you. They never, it was quick. There was no questions about it.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing. Now, are you able to give us a little insight into each nominee for anyone who's listening, or
I can.
that may still want to go out and vote? You said it's open until
I
Friday.
think, can Woody bring up the?
I
think
can.
he's got
I will jump in here and help Mr. Brown out. Okay, so
I like to put y'all on the spot.
No,
when
I
you
like
have
it. We can
yourself
bring the
ready.
website up and
yeah, so on the website on Brown's giveaway, they did Brandon's team did a really good job. They have a description of each person and their situation, just a kind of a general overview. And now this is the order you see them. However, for voting, it's randomized. So when you go there, it's so to be sure, to be fair and equal. But the first couple is Buddy and Tammy Davidson. Second is Tracy Johnson, and then Rebecca Crawford. Those are the three that are in the running right now. And then if you go, Brandon and them have supplied pictures, so that when you go to the website and go down to voting, you can read their story and then go down and select. And voting is about the easiest voting you can do. to be honest with you.
just click on the picture and hit vote.
Okay, so it's not easy though, because
It's not easy.
I went on now the actual
we're
voting part. Yes,
Yes.
The voting piece.
The
is easy.
process is easy.
process
The
is easy.
decision
Yes.
is hard.
Yes.
When I went on there and did my vote back when you first announced them, I was reading through each of the nominees, and I was like, how do I pick? Like,
Oh, it's
And
how
we're
do
getting
you
a-
choose
we're getting a lot.
between so many? Each family has their own different issue that a lot of us take for granted.
Oh yes.
The
Yes.
fact that we have heat and we have air conditioning. And okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I don't take it for granted. I lost Brandon came to my rescue about a year ago when our heating and air went out. It was doing all kinds of craziness, and I had one of them really old systems,
a
and
dinosaur in the basement.
it was. And you'd be so proud. Like, I've been changing my air filters and stuff. But you do when you don't have it anymore. You start to worry about it. But think about all of those people that just don't have it. Period. It's not just my heat went out today.
It's tough, and these three can use more than just heating and air. They've been in without a lot for years, and different things and in-house things. And I've gotten a lot of messages like, man, it's hard to vote. Can we vote for all three? Can we do something? And I feel bad and I want to, and I'm hoping something to come about that we can help all three. Cause it is hard just doing one, and I'm thankful that we're able to do one, but I do want to do more, because that's just me. I want to help all three of them. I don't want people to think, oh, we're leaving 3 or 300, without. But it is hard. It's tough.
Is this
It's
something you're hoping to do every year?
We're gonna do this every year.
Okay.
Yep, every year we're gonna do it. I like to make it bigger, and I like to get it and people involved where we do donate, and maybe we get to 3 and all 3 of them get something more. So I like to grow it and help more, and as big as we can get it.
So for anyone that's listening that didn't catch it the first time, where do they need to go to cast their vote?
Go to just brownsgiveaway.com. brownsgiveaway.com, www.brownsgiveaway.com. All the pictures and the info comes up. You scroll down, the commercials on there, the pictures, the description. Click one and hit vote. And the voting, I think, is going to end Friday night-ish, around probably midnight-ish. So get your votes in. We're at 1,066 votes as of now. So that's really good. I mean, I like it.
It's tight.
And it's tight. Yeah, it's not a blowout,
No.
which we know, because we wanted if they made the final 3, then all 3 of them need it. So you're going to be it's going to be a tight race within 5 to 10 votes, I believe.
Now, if there's a business maybe that is listening or hears this before, Monday when y'all announce the winners, that say, hey, I'd like to jump in and donate something, can they still donate something to
if
the
they can get us a
baskets?
gift card, the like amount, get 3 different gift cards or 3 different donations, the same amount to go in the baskets by like end of the day Friday or even Monday morning, we'll add it to it. They can email me at brownhvac@gmail.com. and we'll definitely add it, or go to Brown's Eating and Air Facebook page and message us. We'll get up with you. We still got a couple that are going to be turning in today and tomorrow. I even got a buddy of mine that's a customer of ours reached out, and he's like, me and my wife want to donate to it, so they're bringing 3 gift cards just out of their pocket. So
I was supposed to say, I would assume it doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be a business.
It doesn't have to be a
if you're
business.
just listening and you think,
you just want to
hey,
help. And
I have all I need. And
gift
I'm
cards,
gonna-
or we've had people just drop off a couple of the places with you, dropped off cash, and my wife went and bought the gift cards that we needed, like between Target, CVS, Walmart, Food Line, Kroger, stuff that they can use. Anybody can help donate. Definitely reach out. We'll be glad to put that in and make sure that everybody gets them.
So I think that's just it's so wonderful. And Brandon, and I say this, and I don't say this just because I have you on the show or because you're a sponsor of our organization, which you are, and we appreciate that. But I say it because you overall have a really good heart, and you're a very caring person. And I know this personally, just not even from a business standpoint, just, from knowing you and your wife. She's another one I was hoping she could come in with you
I know.
and
I
chat
wanted
a
to
little
bring her.
bit.
We had a death in the family last week, and she was at her granny's most of the day today, kind of finalizing and doing some things for her uncle and different things, so she couldn't get away. But we will be there Friday morning. She's going to be with me.
Yes, you're going to come on my my WLNI show that I have on Saturday mornings for anyone listening. But yeah, so thank you for all you do for the community, for the Central Virginia Business Coalition. Brandon is one of our top sponsors, and we appreciate everything he does. And he doesn't just give us money to do things; he also is there to help. He volunteers. I mean, he doesn't just throw money at somebody and and run like
Right.
some people some
We
people do.
we want to
but-
help. Our goal is to help all small businesses local grow together and help each other. That's the name of the game. Because if it wasn't for small businesses and the places around here, I mean, Bedford and Lynchburg would be hurting, because you don't want to just go to just big box and big name stores all the time and let them control what you pay and do. You want to help local people pay their bills and grow and get their name out. And that's the name. That's the best thing about the coalition group that I've seen, and it's worth every dime, even if our logo never got promoted, to help this group grow with each other, because we help each other so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I tell people all the time when people ask why should they be a member of the CVABC, which is short for Central Virginia Business Coalition. I tell them it's because, and I mentioned this last week, for me, it's not just a business. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're family, and you look at all the
It
people
is.
that help donate, to what you did. And, I can ask for something, and I always have somebody that messages me back and says, how can I help? Heck, I have events, and I'm not even, they'll just message me out of the blue and go, hey, you need help tomorrow? I can come help you, because
Right.
they know I'm short staffed and got stuff to do. And so, it really is a business family more so than
It
just
is.
an organization you join just to join.
It does, because if you just reach out and say, hey, I'm in a financial pinch, or I need help deciding this, you've got 2 or 3 members that'll meet you almost usually free of charge and help you get through your thing. They're not looking to make money. They're looking to help each other, and it'll come back. I mean, you do good unto others, it's going to come back to you tenfold. And I believe that, and that's what this group is. You don't come into meetings and events thinking, oh, it's just going to be a sales pitch. What can I do for myself? What can I do for them? They're there to literally, everybody in the group has a heart to help each other, and that's the big difference.
Well, I think it was great too. We did our nonprofit, our community giving fair last about 2 weeks ago, Friday before last, and we had about 13 or 14 nonprofits there with booths, and we didn't have a ton of people coming in from the community to learn about them, which we're steadily trying to grow that event, but just the business community, like our members, and then just those 13 or 14 nonprofits talking to each other and learning about each other is always, really important. And we had 3 nonprofits that were not members of our organization attend that event and join the very next day, because they just saw, not so much just how well the event did, but then just talking to other people that were there and just seeing the heart we had for supporting them was huge. And, I love being able to do events like that we may not have hundreds attend, but
Right.
we're still working really hard to get your name out there, regardless whether 2 people walk through that door. If those 2 people learn something about
Right.
you, then it's 2 people that didn't know
Right.
anything beforehand.
Exactly.
And that's what we work really hard, to do. We have an event tomorrow. I encourage, anyone listening to come out to. We're doing our first ever Invest in Yourself health and wellness fair. And I'll say we have about 15 different vendors, from acupuncture to hearing to, vision, direct primary care, homeopathic medicine, supplemental insurance, nutrition. I mean, come out and just learn
Where is it?
something.
Where
It's
is
at
it
the
at?
Hilton Garden Inn.
Okay.
It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can come anytime in that 4-hour time frame. It's free admission. You put your name in for some giveaways. We have some really great giveaway. We have giveaways from the businesses attending, but then also, just like you said, some of my members are just doing, Central Virginia Federal Credit Union. They're doing a gift basket giveaway. So, you'll get to put your name in for some fun prizes. And, let's say, like, for instance, Brandon, you had alpha-gal.
Yep.
And I think you tried some acupuncture.
Yep. It worked.
And so for those of you out there that have heard, maybe that's a thing that could help you, come out and talk with Debbie Farley tomorrow
Yep.
with Acupuncture Works.
She put me in remission. I am now eating anything I want.
Yep,
And
so-
I was skeptical as well, and then I went, and I'm a believer because it definitely worked.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think, there's something for everyone. I know I'm going to be looking, I feel like Harmon Eye Center, I'm going to have to chat with her about my vision. I feel like I'm not seeing things. Like, I'm getting old. But, with sounds, hearing, I mean, there's just, take some time to invest in yourself, which is, the name of the event. But also, if you're a business owner, send your employees, because a lot of times if they're calling in sick, if they have issues, that hurts your business.
Yeah.
So the more information you can give them on, how to help themselves, or like, with even the supplemental insurance, accident, cancer policies, things like that, health insurance is not that cheap. It's not cheap. I'm
No.
not going to say that. It's not cheap.
No.
But sometimes just having a supplemental policy is helpful. So we'll have, representatives there. So yeah, come out tomorrow from 10 to 2 at the Hilton Garden Inn. It's right off of Wards Road. So it's not hard to find. And, that's just another thing we're doing this year to help, grow the community. So thank you for coming on. I know you
No,
have
you're welcome.
to get, and but I'm glad you were able to come on.
Yeah.
I wanted to let everybody know about this before you share the winner on Monday. And when are y'all doing that again? Monday,
Monday at 6, around 6 is watch the 6 o'clock news.
a.m. or p.m.?
Night, 6 p.m.
Okay, good, because I won't get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will record that.
It'll be at night. We're bringing in all 3 families and our immediate family. Chick-fil-A is reserved part of Wards Road Chick-fil-A tables. We're going to serve them whatever they want. Of course, Chick-fil-A is paying for that, and present the baskets. And then with the news there, we will present the winner and name the winner for that. And then the real cool thing is when we go to install it, Woody's going to follow us around the day of install and get a lot of good footage and interviews with the people, so we can use that to show, this is who you helped. So then we can come back next year for year 2 and make it even better.
That's awesome. So thank you so much. And again,
Thank
if
you.
you haven't voted, go and vote today. Give one of these 3 families a new HVAC system.
New train, heating and air system. It'll be installed. Everything 100% donated, free.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Heather.
So, we're gonna talk with Woody a little bit for the rest of the show, but
Alright.
But here's what here's what we're gonna talk about first.
Okay. Oh boy.
He knows what I'm gonna say.
Oh boy.
So this past week, Woody, you had
Yes.
an encounter.
Oh my gosh.
An encounter with a large hairy animal.
Yeah, with it was either
Bear.
it was either Yogi the Bear or it was Bigfoot.
I was about to say, was it Bigfoot? Did you finally get to
It
meet
might have been.
Bigfoot?
Yes. Yes.
So what happened? Like, I
Oh
saw
my
your
gosh.
picture of your van.
So Wednesday, a week this past week, I I was leaving the studio after the last show, after Life, Liberty, Happiness. Great show. I'm on the way home, and I take 221.
Are you going to blame this on Brian?
I'm blaming it on Brian because we were talking and
Having to record
and
late.
if I would have been 30 seconds faster or slower, I wouldn't have hit this thing.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I was on the way home. It was dark. It was like 7:45 or something like that. And I mean, it was on this side of Good, right? And yeah, sure enough, I look up. I was really proud of myself. I was going to speed limit, and I was not on my phone. Okay, and I was paying attention. So I look up, and then before I know it, in front of my headlights is a black bear. His back or its back and head was above my hood, so that gives you kind of a size scale.
Oh, wow.
And I hit it square on. Like, I mean, it was like I hit a wall, and so I hit it, and then that was it. It's like my van was out for the count right in the middle of the road. Couldn't move it. Couldn't do anything. And
Not
yeah,
funny, but the way you explained it, you were like, all my airbags deployed.
all my airblade. Because like I've been in some fender benders and accidents, but like for me, it was like I hit a bear. And then the guy behind me says he got out of his truck. He's like, "Dude, you hit a bear." It was just like one of those like, oh my god! And then every single airbag in that van deployed. And again, it was just like I hit a wall. Like I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And to top it all off, the bear ran away.
You guys supposed to say so the bear was okay.
So the bear shook it off, and it was like left me in the road, and then was up, see ya. And it was like, well, you've got to be kidding
How
me.
rude of him not to come back and check and make sure
come
you're
on.
okay.
I was like, not that I obviously don't want to kill any animal because that's my heart. I love every animal, but it was almost like you've got to be kidding me. This thing, and then I found out yesterday it is officially totaled. So that bear totaled my work van, and I have nothing to show. I wasn't even hair on the bumper from the bear. Like it was like I don't even have like anything to say, guys. And it was funny because the guy behind me, which is just. Bless his sweet family's heart. They were there. They helped me and everything. Like I thought I was going crazy. Like I was like, was it a bear? I don't know. Maybe not. But sure enough, he saw the bear. So I was like, oh, thank God. So yeah, there we go. That's my bear story.
Funny thing is, I've heard of people hitting bears, and my sister and her husband. So when they were right before they got married, they were driving to Roanoke for some reason. I don't remember exactly why. But a bear on 460 came down like off the mountain and hit them. And it was at night. So but it was almost like the bear had tried to stop itself because like its paw went through its hood, like the hood. So there was like this hole in the hood of my brother-in-law's car. And so we thought that was like the funniest thing.
Oh my gosh.
And so then the day they got married, you know how you go and you decorate the car for them to leave on the honeymoon?
Yep.
we went and got like this little brown bear and stuck it inside the hole of his car.
That's funny.
And decorated the bear.
That's funny.
I was like, who just hits a bear? But you don't think about them just running out in the middle of the highway.
No, and I didn't even. Again, it was dark in this area. Y'all know, like it's just dark. Like there's no lights, right? And I was the only one in that stretch of highway at the time. And then I didn't even see the thing come off the bank. It was the field right after a bridge. It literally headlights hit it, and then that was it. And it was quick. It happened quick. So Bear's okay. Woody's van is not. So that's.
But Woody is okay.
Woody's all right. Well, I hurt my leg. That was about the only thing. But it could have been a lot worse. Thank God it's good. So I have no complaints. Yeah. So it could have been a lot worse. So
okay.
I'm just glad the bear lived too, though. I mean, I know I'm teased, but it would have broke my heart if the bear would have been in the road. So I'm glad it ran away.
Well, I am glad as well. I pulled up and I got to them. I was like, "Where's the van?" I was like, "Oh wait, never mind."
It's
bear.
It's at a junkyard right now.
So are you going to get a new one?
No, I actually, not to down Ram, but after this encounter, I have decided not to get the same vehicle because my height, my legs suffered a little bit in this, and I just if it had been another car or something else, it probably could have been a lot worse on my legs, you know? So this one, the fact that it completely disabled and just decimated the front third of my car and I hit a bear just makes me rethink the wreck quality.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm going to get something different, something that I feel a little bit better in now that I know what this one would do in a crash. So, but I'm living. So, again, it could have been worse, could have been, but it just sucks because my van was, I had finally gotten it to where, solar panels, antennas, and everything was just kind of had my whole workflow. But, again, God is good and there's a reason for everything. So there we go.
Well, so I think, I know why, members of the Central Virginia Business Coalition that come in and they're on the show with me and, they know why Watts Creative Studio is fantastic. But tell us a little, so for those listening that don't just realize it, because you don't just sit here and host podcasts all day,
No.
what does Watts Creative Studios do for business, like advertising, marketing? What all do you have in your wheelhouse?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah, it's funny. Podcasting it came because of this. So, back in the day, my former career with a bunch of nonprofits and especially the YMCA, I was a marketing director, marketing and communications director, and I loved everything marketing. And I kind of worked my way up in that position. Didn't go to school for it. I had camera skills where I did, I'd been making videos on my own for years, but nothing at all for anyone else. But I loved marketing. I loved ads. I loved analytics. I loved just looking at demographics, like how, like if you do this, had this people react and stuff like that.
Did you hear him hiring for a marketing and events?
I did that. Well,
director.
We'll have to
Woody.
talk. But yeah, I just love everything like that. I love, what are we doing to get a response? And working for a nonprofit was such a huge blessing because you don't have any money, right? You never have enough money to do what you want to do. So you have to get really resourceful. So I needed commercials for the New Year's. Everybody gets healthy all of a sudden. So we needed to do advertising round and we couldn't afford to do our own commercial. So I just picked up a camera, did a commercial. And it went well, but the TV rep at the time said, "Hey, who did your commercial?" And I was super flattered. And she said, "Hey, well, you mind if I send you a couple of clients? I got a couple of clients that need something new and fresh." And then that's where it started. And then so I was able to combine my love of marketing with video production. And this business has morphed over the years from doing local commercials, which I still do, to really providing marketing solutions for companies, and podcasting kind of came from that because I saw in helping other small businesses in their marketing budgets are tight, and a lot of the times traditional media is expensive with radio, TV, broadcast especially, and a lot of small businesses just can't afford it, and the ones that can, you hear them all the time and it's effective. So I started thinking of ways, all right, what I can come in at a tier where I can still help people, give them a platform, give them a product that they can get out there to their audience, but it's also theirs. It's they really mold it, they push it, and they get the information out that they want. And that's kind of why I started doing podcasting. That, and I like true crime podcasts, but I wanted to give a platform to people. But it's all marketing. Of course, it's good content and conversations, and you want people to be engaged. But in the end, it's just like Brandon's podcast is a great platform for him to talk to an audience, not only about HVAC, but to get to know the person behind the business. Get to know him a little bit more than you see a 30-second commercial on television, and you're like, oh yeah. People are really quick to judge by those, but then they don't know that, behind the scenes, well, Brandon's giving away an HVAC or the car dealer that's, yelling at the screen. He has 3 charities that he's giving away, so I really, having worked with several companies doing their commercials, I've gotten to know the business owners and, just wanted to provide a platform. And so it's funny because my strength is video, and that's how we started. But it's just kind of morphed into whatever the business needs, and however I can kind of come in and be like, okay, well, here's some areas that we could, you could attack, and this is how much money you have to spend, and let me help you with this, and podcasting has been a great resource. I'm gonna be honest with you, like it's been a huge blessing for the studio here, but also for the organizations that use it. I mean, because they have their own platform now.
Well, it came at a perfect time for us because I was looking at, of course, COVID had hit and small businesses were hurting. And the first thing that went out the window for most small business was the marketing budget.
Yep.
Advertising, they just, that just all came to like a crashing halt because they weren't open. Why advertise? You're not open. You can't pay the bills and all that. So, when I had considered doing a podcast on my own, just going out and buying a mic and trying to figure it out,
Yep.
and then was able to meet up with you and start Talk Local to Me, and it gave me the perfect opportunity to not only give my members a benefit that is advertising them, but what I love the most is I learn something every week when I'm talking to my members, which then makes me better prepared to go out and promote them and talk about them. Because I can say, hey, did you know? I didn't even know this, and, I didn't know all of Brandon's background till just then. So, I think that's important, and it gives you a voice. And it's so funny because I'll ask a business, do you want to come on the podcast? And they get all nervous. They're like, oh, I don't know what to say. And I'm like, don't worry. Like,
we'll make it fun.
I will talk you through it. It'll be fun. It is probably my favorite hour of the work week.
Oh, that's great. See, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
Oh, it is. I love being able to do this, and to say that part of my job is to help others and come on a show and promote them. It's fabulous. I love it.
Well, and this is absolutely free consulting advice to those listening. So from a marketing person, the landscape has changed drastically over the last 2 to 3 years, and even more so over the last year due to COVID. But mainly, if you look over the last 3 years, people have gravitated more towards local, engaging content. So before, you would be able just to kind of throw money at anything, and if it was seen enough, then you would get traction, like if you had a commercial on TV, whatever. Now, people, due to COVID and other reasons, and just trust issues, people are smarter in their advertising, and so they really, not only are you as a business owner, are you on stage for your product, and like Brandon's a great example. He stands by his product. He's got great reviews, everything else. But you as a business owner, you are on the stage as well. So people are really smart now, and they want to spend their money where they trust it's going for the product, where they trust the person, they trust the business. They know they will be in town 6 months from now, and they won't be, closed up shop and everything else. So, and that's where I feel like I have really loved where my business has gone, is that it really does help on a local level, and it helps with local advertising. And like podcasts is a great example of that. It's a local platform for you to get your message out, and the video productions that we do, they're local commercials, and I always gravitate to I know like people like, oh, the cheesy local commercials that you see. Well, there's a reason they are that way. Like, they really are. Like, they have to be in their simplest form, and you have 30 seconds to get your message across, and you want the business to be seen and this and that. So it's like, really, people are looking for that local part rather than, because yes, you turn on the TV and you see a McDonald's ad, you see a Chrysler ad, you see this, that, this, and we're bombarded with ads all the time, and they just kind of come filler. But at the end of the day, if at the end of that commercial you see a face that you recognize, or that you can go in that building and say, hey, I saw Woody in that commercial, I need to talk to him, then that's you have a leg up. So that's why I usually, everything I try to do and post about, like, we do local, because I want people to know that that I spend my money where I live, where I work, and that's the advertising that I listen to. So it's like there are other traditional media outlets out there, but even like the other local radio stations in the area are fantastic resources. If you have the budget for AWLNI, they are fantastic because I tell you, the listener base is listening to local. That
Right.
is very important. So
Well, and that's why, and I have a show on WLNI
Exactly,
on
yeah.
Saturday mornings, which is just another
Yep.
benefit to my members because they come on that show with me, and again, I'm able to talk to a completely different listener
That's
base.
right. Exactly.
To get their name out. But you were talking about content,
Yep.
and one of the things, like you hear these commercials, and I guarantee you, people, you remember the jingles. It may be annoying as heck, but you remember them.
You remember them.
And I say this, and this one is not annoying as heck, Mike.
Yep.
Before you get all mad at me, but Visiting Angels, their commercials come on quite a bit, and I promise you, every time I am singing it at the end, their little tagline, Visiting Angels, America's Choice in Home Care, because I've heard it a million times. But then the cool thing is that I've had Mike on the show multiple times now, so people can then say, you know what, I heard Mike on Talk Local to Me talking about Visiting Angels. And
Exactly.
the content, though, is then they're going to go, oh, they do respite care.
Yep.
Oh, they do adult day. That is something that then they can put those two and two together.
Yes, and you find out it's really, and I'll give an example, a really quick example. I have done the commercials for Blackwell in Danville, and every time I bring that up, it's either love or hate. Mostly it's hate
Because he's always yelling.
He's always yelling on the TV. But there's a reason. There's a reason he does that. And 5 years ago, I came in to do his commercials, and he has his own scripts ready, and I kind of asked him, I was like, "Do you want to do like a serious commercial?" He's like, I used to do them, and no one ever called or no one ever emailed him, and that they were seeing his commercials. He says, one day I asked my mom to get in the boxing rink and just say something about a deal. It was really that just a quick of a thing. And he says people emailed him once it started that Monday. His inbox was full of people just either slamming it or thinking it's the best thing in the world. And he said ever since then he's just made a point just to be seen, because the landscape is so saturated with commercials and everything that you've got to stand out somehow, whether it be a local sincere message or you just be the loudest of the bunch. And so that's it. And to know him behind the scenes, he has, I don't know how many charities that he does up there in Danville. He is the nicest, soft-spoken guy. Like, after I hit my bear, within 10 minutes, like after he saw it on Facebook, he's texting me, "You okay? You doing all right? If you need anything, let me know. You need a car, let me know. You borrow this, borrow that." It's just, so people don't see that side though. They always
Right.
want to bash. "Oh, stop yelling at my TV." Well, all right. So, listen, this guy actually gives a lot back to the community, and you remember his ad. By you writing him, you took time out of your day to email a guy to tell him you don't like something. You remembered him. So
Yep.
it's effective. So and for that, I have so many stories that are just like people, like the local aspect and advertising. And again, money is tight right now for marketing. So you have, whatever you spend, it's got to count. So it's got to go a long way.
So for those listening that maybe are looking for something for the holidays,
Yes.
what would you suggest right now? What is a good thing to kind of put that money in? If you've got a little bit of money, set aside, and you're looking for, ways to promote yourself this holiday season.
This holiday season, the quickest answer is, if you have not built up your own social media following, or quote unquote, start doing that. Really get on Instagram. I know there's a new platform every 6 months, but you've really got to kind of develop your own platform. And another good one is like Whiny Chicks Boutique, right? So she developed her own her own platform, and then therefore she doesn't need to spend TV dollars now because she has her own base. So really kind of make an effort to work on your Instagram and to work on your Facebook page and to get your content out there. And if you have a very limited amount to spend, I don't know that I would go the TV route. I don't know that I would go the traditional media route. I think I would use social media, and I would use, if you do have a podcast or someone look for an avenue like what we provide,
Right.
an affordable outlet of say, hey, I really want to do this, and you need. I keep saying it, and people think I joke, but you've got to have relevant content. Like you can't just come in here and it be irrelevant. Like it's like for
Yes.
you have guests that come in and they have something that someone wants to hear, because a podcast is a very intimate form of advertising or content. I have my earbuds or I'm in my car listening to you for an hour, right?
Right.
So I'm engaging with you. I am intently listening to you. You're not just on the airways. Like I'm choosing to listen to you. So you got to make it count. So if you are a business, you have something to say, or you want to get your message out, I'm telling you, this is the best way. Or start developing your social media following, so that when you do have a sale or something, you've kind of got your own little network. And again, we help people with their social media. A lot of people are getting savvy with that, and even TikTok and all that stuff now. We can kind of help you with that. But that's what I would do if my budget was really tight, which it is. Social media, and again, I'd look for a podcast to get on, because they could reach out to you, become a part of the organization, be on the podcast, and then you've gotten your message out to the CV Central Virginia Business Coalition's followers too. So
Shameless plug.
there you go. I got
But
you.
also, I will say that for our members, or not even members, if you're a
Yeah.
business out there and you want to, we have a sponsorship opportunity of this podcast. It's only
Yeah.
$100 for the month. And you could give us a script every week that we
Yep.
read. So if you have a sale coming up, if something you want people to go to your website to purchase items for the holidays, that is a very small form of advertising that gets out to, I would say, how many, we've got a couple thousand.
Well, and I think people
followers?
would be shocked at the affordable options out there, because I know, and I'm not downing anybody else in the area that has a station. Obviously, they're successful. But it can be really daunting for a small business to spend, $2,000 a month. That can be that's not their budget. Their budget might be around $300 to $400 or $500 a month, and that's where I've kind of carved out and said, hey, here, listen, here's a platform. But yeah, our platform, that's taken a year to get the station and all that stuff. But we have a few thousand people listen every month live on the station, and then each podcast after the past year, their audience has steadily grown and is growing, because we're consistent and you have relevant content.
Right.
So, there you go.
Yes. So, that's always an option. And like what he said too, our business members of the CVABC, I bring you on. I'll have you. And actually from now through, I would say the end of the year, my biggest focus is going to be on our retail
Yes.
businesses, those that really need that last quarter boost with sales for their business. So, if you're listening and you're saying to yourself, gosh, I wish I could, come on the show with Heather, call me, message me, heather@cvabc.org. Check out our website, cvabc.org, and then download Talk Local to Me. We are available. It's grovestreet.fm.
Yep.
Or you can go to anywhere you get your podcasts and download us. So thank you so much. We'll see you next week. I'll be on with Kristen Breedlove with Minnie's Travel Boutique. We're going to be talking all things Disney.